Last week, I think many of you were here, except 2-3 of them, isn't it? So we discussed about how to practice generosity towards enlightenment or nibbana. Okay. Today we are going to discuss about beauty of detached involvement in your lay life. Beauty, or we call happiness, very important for us. Beauty of heart, beauty of mind. We are looking, we are doing everything to gain happiness and also to feel comfortable and to maintain peace in mind and environment. So, however, is there any day that you spend whole time with happiness, full day? Even though we are trying to make ourselves happy, we are experiencing different kind of uncomfortable feelings. Maybe due to our physical body, maybe due to some social contexts, maybe due to some properties. There may be different kind of reasons, however. So, we are looking for happiness, but happiness always not with us. And we are experiencing uncomfortable feelings. We can use one word is we are suffering all the time. Okay. Then, what's the reason for that? We again connect with the first teaching of the Buddha. What is suffering? Jatipi dukkha, jarapi dukkha, vyadipi dukkha, maranampi dukkhang, appiyehi sampayogo dukkho, piyehi vippayogo dukkho, yampiccang nalabati tampi dukkhang. When we are aging, we suffer. Because when you are aging, not only you, including myself, we all are experiencing different situations, physically and mentally. We always connect our past and now. Last time I can walk, I can run, but now I cannot. How many people complain that back pain, leg pain, cannot sit, cannot go for meditation? Bhante, I cannot join with your meditation because I cannot sit so long, so many things. Actual reality is that. So, aging make uncomfortable feelings for us. I mean, for those who are not with highest wisdom. Okay? And sickness, vyadipi dukkho. This physical body is the house for sickness. Roga niddang pabhangurang. There is no other house for sickness to remain except this physical body. The sickness is also a word that we applied for the imbalance of elements within this physical body. When elements, because this body composed with 4 elements, when they are changing, we call it sickness. We call it sickness. And we suffer. Why? We want this physical body to remain without changes. But the nature of elements is changing, momentarily changing, fast, quick, rapid changes happening. We want to remain same, but things are changing, we suffer because of sickness. Maranampi dukkhang. Death exactly most suffering moment. Why? We all wish to live in this world at least another one moment. We want to live. We attach to this world, this life. We want this life to remain at least one more moment. If we are about to die, we cannot explain how that moment, how much worries in our mind. We cannot explain now because we haven't close to it yet. But Buddha said that death is a very, very serious suffering moment. Appiyehi sampayogo dukkho. If you had to live with the people or maybe animal or anyone that you dislike, for example, sometime earlier you don't know, you get married with someone, then you have children, but the man or the lady is not matching to continue your marriage life further. But because of children, you have to still continue. Then all the way you are suffering. You are bound with someone to live that you dislike. You are suffering. Piyehi vipayogo dukkho. If we had to separate, depart with our loved ones, from our loved ones, then we are suffering. When we separate from loved ones, lovely things, then we are suffering. So, this whole process, from the date of our birth till we come to the end of the life, day by day we are experiencing this momentary, uncomfortable experiences. Right? The reason for all this is, as we discussed last week, is the craving, attachment. Craving, as long as we are having craving, we must experience these uncomfortable feelings, situations in our life. Okay. Now what Buddha taught us, if you want to end this suffering, you have to choose the path to follow. If you want to enjoy suffering, then you must choose that path to follow. As lay devotees, you are struggling with this without knowing clear path. Where should I go? Anyahi labhu panisa anya nibbana gamini. The Buddha said, Anyahi labhu panisa. A life looking for comfortable lives, wealthy life, and properties, possessions. This path is one path. Anya nibbana gamini. The path to the nibbana is another way. Okay? So, while you are remaining in this path, if you are looking the path to the nibbana, it's quite difficult. Not to say quite difficult, you are in the wrong path. Now there is a problem. Why? If we are lay people, we have to do our duties, things in the society. So when we can enter to this path? Okay? So therefore, in your life, this is a social issue. During the time of the Buddha, even today in India, some wanderers, they practice. At the beginning of the Indian thought, we call the teachings of the Veda, and after that, we have very clear, the path shower in their teaching and practice. What they did, they managed their life, divided into 4 categories. What are the 4 categories? Brahmachari, Gruhastha, Vanaprastha, Sannyasi. Up to the age 16, from the beginning of the life, is called as Brahmachari, very pure period of the life. Without enjoying sensual pleasures, a child continues with the studies with the pure mind. There were some children, they can memorize 1,000 over 100,000 verses of the Veda. Why? The mind is very pure. But today our children don't have such pure environment. Then the second one is Gruhastha, enter to the marriage life. From age 16 onwards, they get married. They have children, they do their duties, they complete their duties all the way up to the middle age, maybe early old age, up to early old age. Then the third one, very important, Vanaprastha. What they do? They complete their duties for the children, then they enter to the renounced life. Renounced life. This, during their renunciation, they can train their mind. Train their mind. They can practice detachment. Even the thought of renunciation itself make them detach from worldly life. Then the last one is sannyasi. When they are old, they come back to the society. Sometimes stay with the family, but still continue their learning, their cultivation with others. For Buddhist, actually we have question about this. Renunciation, practically if we speaking, truly speaking, the practically it may be a very difficult part for you, isn't it? When you have children, then you earn very hard. You give your fullest cooperation, contribution until they grow up, complete their education. Then you arrange wedding and everything complete. Then after 1 year, your daughter come to you. Mama, I got one child, you can take care, I go for work. Then the second one also want Mama, Papa to help. Then what happened? Again you attach to grandchildren. Then you do your things, taking care of them whole life until you come to age 70, 80. Your grandchildren also get married, still you are attached to the things. Then life has gone. Age, no more age to practice. So this is the social system appeared to you today. So now we cannot exactly guide you not to do your duties for children or grandchildren. Isn't it? Because you like it, you enjoy it. When you are aging, having the social connections, social integration, very important for you to maintain quite healthy life. Therefore, now the point is, you are practicing Dhamma. You are doing this and that. I always say, so many things. You are joining with so many retreats. This is not a life for you to just play around. This human life is very, very rare opportunity, as we discussed last week. We cannot assume we will back to this world again. Even you come to this world again, cannot predict whether you will be born as a person who has complete physical and mental conditions. We cannot predict where you will be born even you come to this human world again. Which faith, which religion will you be following? No assurance. If this life we have for 300 years, no worries, 100 years you can do your duties. Another 100 years you can enjoy maybe traveling here and there. Then the last 100 years you can go to forest or meditate. But you see how short this life. Very short. Practically, renunciation from your home to a forest or monastery is not applicable for you for the moment. There may be some of you, still you can do it. But if you are bound with some duties at home, now you can train your mind to detach mentally from this world. If both physical renunciation and mental renunciation can be together, it is very powerful. It is very powerful. That means you are creating very conducive environment for your spiritual progress. But remaining at the home, still you can train your mind to renounce from the world, even though your physical body involved with the things. Suffering, troubles, unhappiness, discomforts, everything come to us because of our too much attachment to the world. There is a mountain in India. There are monkeys running here and there in that mountain. A kind of tree. Some extract essence of that tree fall down to the rocks. The essence is like a very strong gum, but very good smelling. Sweet smell. Then monkeys purposely run there, and they run to the rocks because very nice sweet smell. They try to use one hand, take and eat. What happened? It's a gum, very strong gum. One hand stick to the gum. Then to release his hand, use the other hand, also stick. Then use two, we can consider as legs, the other two legs to remove two hands also stuck there. Finally put the mouth and turn around, whole body stuck with the gum. very difficult to remove. The same thing happened to us. From the time of our birth, through our five senses, we look, we hear, we taste, smell, and touch. We attach to all these things that we gain, received through our senses. Same like that monkey. Our whole life is suffering because of these attachments. So, problems, unhappiness, quarrels, you see, you reflect yourself. How we experience that? Every day. How much the most attachment is to this body. You know, if any little bit thing happen to the body, we worry too much. It's a very strong attachment to the body. Then to loved ones, family. Then to your properties. So many other things, like food and all these, time to time changing, but still you love, you attach. So now, okay, so this is the reality. How to detach? How to detach? The first thing is knowing. Because Dhamma, you are always listening the Dhamma. Okay? Even though you listen the Dhamma for another 100 years, if you do not apply to your life momentarily, daily, then this listening will not bring you good enough result. Application of the Dhamma is the most important thing. You have to make a strong decision if you really want to renounce mentally from this worldly life. I am not talking about physical renunciation for you now. Then you have to make a strong decision. I want to experience happiness every moment while I am alive in this world. Therefore, I want to let go everything, everyone. That means husband and wife. Husband and wife. So husband has to do the duties for the wife and children. Wife has to do the duties for husband and children. You do it. You do it. While you are doing, you always train your mind to know all these attachments are impermanent. One day we will be separated. The separation is there when anyone, anything connected together. The end of connection is the separation. Nothing else. So, Vishaka, 7 years old when she entered to the stream. She was 7 years old. See, enter to the stream means no more life to the hell. 7 more years to go. That means realize the Dhamma. But she enjoyed the life. See, her ornament was very expensive one, which she used to sell and build the temple for the Sangha. She married. She had 20 children. That means sexual life is not bad with your realization. Lay life is not bad with your realization. You are there, you open your wisdom, you remain without attached to anything but you continue your duties. And there are many ladies and there are some lay people, men's, Buddha's time or later, they come to the realization. Realization is open your wisdom to see the reality of the world. When you see the reality, when you realize the reality, then you can use everything. You can use like your car. The car you use for what? From here to go to other place. Okay? Is an instrument. Use as instrument, but without attach. Make sure your car made of a kind of different parts. So when any parts is not working properly, it can be damaged. Have to send to the repair. You should not worry about that. This body also same. This body also composed with different parts. When parts not working properly, then have to send to the repair. If you worry about if you cry, if you make so much uncomfortable feelings because of this change, then that means your realization is not there. Your wealth, adittasmin agarasmin yang niherati bhajanan tantasya hoti atthaye noche yantatta daihati. What happened to your wealth? The wealth, because of delusion, we attach too much. Using wealth is one thing. Attachment to the wealth is another thing. Some people after death return back. Why? Die with attachment. Return back as very low, we call hungry ghost. They born in the world of hungry ghost, realm of the hungry ghost, and return back. Very clearly Buddha said in the Tirokudda Sutta. Attachment is the force that bring you to the lower existence, and while you are suffering there, you still return to your properties. So attachment will not bring you up. So therefore, training your mind to live in the society. Okay. Why I am telling this? Because you have to have clear understanding what is this life? How long this life? What is this body? Why I attach to this body? This body is not under my control. If this is under my control, why I can't stop my aging? Why I can't stop sickness? No, it is not under my control. My loved ones not under my control. We connected together, however, but they are not under my control. Why I worry about my children? I gave life. I supported them to grow up in this world. They are different. Nanatta kaya, nanatta sanya. Different bodies and different perceptions running in this world. Why I worry about them? That doesn't mean that you should not have compassion, love, and support for them. You must have compassion, love, and support for them. But because of changes, you should not worry. Don't expect anything from them. Expectation itself is attachment. It's not the pure compassion and love. Pure compassion and love itself should be unconditional. Okay? So let things to happen. Let your other properties, wealth also, if you attach too much, you know what will happen next life. You will be back as hungry ghost. Yes, that is true. If no attachment, that what happened when your body, your consciousness separated from the body, because no heavy thing in the mind. Very soft. You know, anything, any good like this one cannot fly up itself. But cotton, if here got little cotton, even this small fan can bring it up. So the mind, if attached to the things like that monkey, then become like heavy thing. You are experiencing suffering because your mind having a strong attachment like this. But if you can remove the things from your mind, remove slowly. Understand all these are just only temporary. Why I attach to this body? Why I attach to the people around me? Why I attach to the properties, the wealth? Yes, I use them. You must earn. You must live happy life, comfortable life. You must have cars, house, everything, yes. But train the mind. Just I am here, temporary in this world. I use the things, just only maintenance of this body and mind. Then you will be very happy. Happiness will come to you. So now you can start it. If you haven't started, if you have started, continue further. Continue further. Then even whatever happened to this body, your mind very happy. Whatever happened to your loved ones, your wisdom is there. You will be shocked at the first moment, but your wisdom will open. This is the nature. Anything you lose, you gain, someone blame you, someone praise you, your mind will be in the same level. Changes will not happen. Why? You are trained. Your mind is trained. That training we required. Don't wait, work diligently to practice this detached involvement in your life.
Bhante, last week you were talking about there are two kinds of nibbana. We must experience nibbana while alive itself, and the other when we die. Can you please explain?
Okay, you was keeping that in mind, eh?
Yes.
All right. So, I think you can remember Nibbana word how defined. Ni means absence, Vana means craving. So the total absolute absence of craving is called Nibbana. Okay. So Nibbana is not a state, not existence. Nibbana is, now you see, we are in this human world. When we die, these mental entities, however, we don't say exactly how it goes, but however will connect with another body. Maybe in the heaven, maybe human world, animal world, or anywhere. What is the main force behind, the underlying main force of this connection from this life to another life is the craving. Craving, attachment also another word, or similar, the process. So as long as your craving is there, it will take bodies again and again, which is called the samsara. Okay. So what Buddha realized, the main underlying cause of this circle is the craving. So when you cut off craving, absolute cutting off, not temporary. Craving can cut temporary, and also craving can subdue by the power of jhanas, and craving must totally cut off. When no more craving, what happened? The underlying force is not there, which cause for the birth circle. Now birth circle cannot happen. Okay? So that state, the moment that you totally free from the craving is called Sopadisesa Nibbana. Sopadisesa Nibbana. That means the mentally you are in the level of Nibbana. But your physical body is still there. Physical body is still there. You need to eat, you need to sleep, Your physical body is still there. You are still using. So when you die, now the function of the birth circle, no more. That is called Nirupadisesa Nibbana. That means no even physical body again. So mentally attainment to Nibbana is the Sopadisesa Nibbana. Upadi means physical body. The aggregates. So totally disconnection of aggregates is called Nirupadisesa Nibbana. This is what happened. That means no more birth again. There was a process of circle, Thus, the fuel of that process is ended up, which is the craving. When it ended up, no more process.
That means we have to have sati almost perfect. Is it correct? Because you see, we have to see, you see, sometimes the desire come up. We have to note it. So this realization of a soparisesa nibbana, can it be realized only while in meditation or every moment of it?
You are asking whether Nibbana can experience while meditating, is it?
Yes.
No, meditation is the path. Buddhism, Buddha's teaching differed from other teachings. Why? Other teachings even during the Buddha and before and after also, Indian thought, that means Indian practitioners, they could attain to the jhanas. That means they know the method of attaining to jhanas, stillness. Not Buddhism, not only in Buddhism, jhanas. However, Buddhism differed from that how? Practicing insight meditation. Vipassana. Vipassana is what? Seeing the real nature of this universe. Impermanence, suffering and non-self. Okay. This one, realization of this is the way to attain enlightenment. Noble Eightfold Path navigate you to this realization. Okay. So this realization for someone can be happen even now listening to me. It can be happen even when you are meditating at home during a retreat. Anyhow, depend on your training towards wisdom. Training towards wisdom. So Buddha's time, some people just on the way while the Buddha was wandering for food, asked the Dhamma, please teach me Dhamma. Then Buddha say, I am wandering for food, it is not time to preach the Dhamma. Then he begged again and again. Then Buddha said only 3 words, Ditte dittamattang, sute sutamattang, mute mutamattang. You just train yourself, whatever see, only seeing. Whatever hear, only hearing. Whatever touch, just only touching. 3 factors, 3 teachings. He attained to the enlightenment. Depend on your training, it will happen anytime. The important thing, continue training. Continue your mind opening for the wisdom. Nothing, don't worry, don't think that you must know whole Tripitaka, no need to know. Because those who attain to the enlightenment, that time know whole Tripitaka. Nothing. Just listening to the Buddha. So therefore, the main important thing is knowing the way, the path. The path is reducing craving, practicing detachment. As long as you are practicing detachment, your wisdom itself will open. Will open definitely. Yes.
Bhante, I have another question. You were saying the seeing as seeing, hearing as hearing, touching as touching. Does the awakened one sleeps? Because when you sleep, you don't know what your mind is on. So actually, does the Buddha sleep or not? I was wondering. Or he just mindfully rests himself?
Yes. Yeah, maybe Buddha sleep or maybe didn't sleep is okay. We up for it is not important for our practice. Yeah, maybe he sleep, maybe didn't sleep. Not much important. Awareness, you can practice yourself, you can learn Dhamma more. At the same time, all the time try to apply for your life. It will help you all the time.
Bhante, may I ask one question?
Ah.
It's a very interesting topic you spoke about today. It's very practical in lay life, but it's almost impossible to do. I think, trying to be detached in a lay life, but also depict that you are a selfish person. You are not showing, let's you say, try to be detached. If you have children or grandchildren or even work or wealth, try to be detached, say it's just there. Makes you, I feel that makes you like a very selfish person, right? That thought came to mind when you spoke about it. The first thought I had was, am I going to be a selfish person that really doesn't care? But you said to use the word compassion and have those things in mind when you practice detachment from daily life.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a very, very difficult scenario for lay people to practice, as opposed to going and fully, renouncing and becoming monastics. I think that would be the easier path.
Yeah.
I don't know your point of view.
Yeah, you are right, because if you detach from everything, then you don't do anything, then you are definitely selfish. But the Buddhism never teach you to do so, because you are lay people. You cannot behave like monks and nuns. Sometime if you are trying to do so, quite difficult. But I know some people at home they practice because they don't have commitments a lot. They make like a shrine, every day practicing. They are doing that is depend on your situation. But for the level that you are now, some of you mainly, so you do everything your duties. Don't miss even one single duty. Compassion, you are still training compassion and love there. That love also unconditional love. That is how you are learning Dhamma, how become applicable for your lay life. Yeah, you love your pets. You have dog, you have kitty, you love them. Unconditional love. Unconditional love is very nice, very beauty. So you will see the beauty of that practice.
Recently I have this meeting, with friends and all the stuff. So everyone is talking about, what are their plans and all the stuff. So I was saying that, basically I have no expectations. I live day by day, in the sense, you see. So the response is that, that's not proper in the sense.
In your working place, is it?
Yeah, in the way of how I'm supposed, that I want to live my life. In the sense that I want to take it day by day without much expectations. So how do we go about it? When someone say, look, that's not possible,
Actually, like this, you have to be very careful.
I think there's one more question, I think, related to what you were saying about the unconditional love. So a lot of time we can practice that, but let's say that, our people around us, they will say that, let's say for instance with your child, they'll say, you must make them do this, do that, because you as a father or whatever, so you do something for them, then you must expect the children to be, behave. But to me, that's not proper. in the sense that, I will have the, what they call it, the duty to take care of the child, and eventually when they go up to a certain age or whatever, they have to be independent. And they have their own life to go.
Okay.
But sometimes we feel the pressure from, the relatives, the wives and all the stuff that that's not supposed to be the case. Thank you.
All right.
Bhante.
So you have to be very careful when you express your practices to other people. Sometime maybe you are a spiritual practitioner, you know the Dhamma, and you say, I don't have expectation, I live for the moment. Some people, they don't understand if you tell to the society. So I think without telling to people, you can inner practices continue, and you see the scenario before express the anything. If people like don't know anything, empty with the Dhamma, then if you are in that situation, you just physically behave with them. I mean, you should not commit with the unwholesome things, but you can just behave if they are eating, just talking, it's not wrong. You are in that, that is the socialization actually. Okay? If you are in with the people like this Kalyana Mittas, then you can express your practices and Okay, come to the second one is your the unconditional love. We have to clearly understand what is that. Unconditional means unexpectation from anyone. That means you do the things that you with the mentality, I don't expect return from them. It doesn't mean you have to be permissive parents. The parental parenting styles. If you are permissive parent, that means you are letting your children to do whatever. Then you are leading them to the wrong way. You have to be very responsible for them. Sometimes give freedom, sometimes guide them, sometimes blame them. Bodhiraja Sutta in Majjhima Nikaya, what happened? The Bodhiraja, after he built very big house, he invited Buddha to his home. After serve food, he came with his small child to Buddha and asked question, I heard that you are Lord Buddha. You are great teacher, but I heard that sometime you are blaming to monks, saying some harsh words. Is it true or not? Then Buddha did not reply straight away. He said, you have son, right? Okay, your son takes some small stones and put into mouth. What do you do? Then he say, I ask him to throw it out. Then if the baby doesn't listen to you, then I again say. If he still not, then Buddha asks, if he doesn't listen to you, then what I do, I use my left palm, I open his mouth using the fingers, then I put my right hand fingers inside the mouth and take it out. Then Buddha said, if the baby's mouth bleeding, still you want to do that? He said, yes, because I want to take care of my baby. So even though he suffer for that moment, I must do that. Then Buddha said, even so, I am doing the same thing. I tell to my disciples not to do this 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. If he's still doing that, I have to use some harsh words to explain them. So as parents, you can do that. Yes, you can.